A water main broke, leaving New Orleans without drinking water, and the flooding here is getting worse.
I was scared that I was gonna drown. It was just crazy. Had a hard time getting to my out of my house.
And it's not just gas running low.
We are, over the next few days, going to have to work out some procedures to make sure people can get food.
We're asking people to shelter in place, in other words, to stay indoors.
The cost of food is going up too. So much so, some stores are even rationing some products.
These scores of people behind me, they're still stranded in the dark, in the cold.
Storms, about 1,000 storms kicked off on Friday, and then we had 800 yesterday.
More than 3 million homes are in the dark and without air conditioning amid sweltering temperatures.
According to self-reliance expert Frank Belcastro, these are the times we live in. Frank advocates planning, preparedness, and having a community who's prepared for tough times. Today he's sharing the lost art of living a self-sufficient life. Please welcome Mr. Frank Belcastro.
I think the best way to start is to tell you a little bit about myself and my family and the kinds of things that we've been doing. And again, touch upon the philosophy of self-reliance. It needs to be said right off the bat that really, I could be any of you that are sitting out there in the audience today. I'm really not that much different than any one of you here, especially if any of you do have an interest in trying to strive towards, begin working towards starting that process for a self-reliant type of a lifestyle, or at least to be a lot less reliant. Those are the kinds of things we're going to be talking about. I have been doing this kind of lifestyle for a long, long time, but having worked behind the scenes in television, it made me think. The more and more of these shows that I'm working on and the carpentry that I'm doing, it seems as though on a regular basis it got to be more and more and more, had to bring in something eco-friendly, something green, something that was good for our ecology. And I got to thinking to myself, why can't we go beyond eco-friendly, beyond being energy efficient to being self-sufficient? And that's where I came up with the idea for the television show, and that we've been fortunate enough to do for the last several years.
My name is Frank, and I'm not crazy.
I want to build a vehicle that will run on nothing more than wood.
While I'm firing it up, hit that shaker.
Alrighty. You alright? We had a small incident.
There's some hot gas in there that wants to burn.
The vehicle can run on anything that's carbon-based. We could run the thing on horse shit if we wanted to.
The way I understand it, that gasification generator can work on almost any organic material. And one thing we got a lot of around here is horse shit. And I think I'm going to put Adam to work gathering it up, drying it, and provide some of our own fuel. I think it'd be actually a lot easier than having to cut down and grind up trees.
He's crazy. He wants me to go out and get a goat in case there's some sort of milk shortage or grocery emergency.
We bought some goats to feed ourselves.
Mom?
What?
It just shit on the floor.
Frank!
We're going to dry that, Kim, and we're going to use it for fuel. We're going to dry it in the oven.
In my oven.
He's always working on something and kind of scheming to come up with these new ideas.
Okay, here we go. I think it's working.
Sometimes it works,
Holy sh!
and sometimes it doesn't.
The hell?
Oh.
Holy sh!
It is on fire. Just let it go. Just leave it in there.
I'm the kind of guy that wants to depend on himself. This country is the greatest country in the world, and it was founded on independence, not dependence. I have been very concerned for a long, long time on how reliant our whole culture is, our whole society is. Our country was built on independence, not dependence. And that's a key that I think we all need to take to heart and remember. We were built on independence, not dependence. And it seems that more and more, especially over the last 50 years or so in my lifetime, just in my lifetime, we have become a society that is totally reliant on someone else to provide for even our most basic needs. And the vast majority of our population wouldn't know the first thing to do, unfortunately, if the infrastructure, which I'm about ready to start talking about, were to crumble around us.